funds and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on zoning, but we can't, on studying updating zoning, but we can't spend it on security cameras. We can't spend them on our sidewalks that in a lot of places are unwalkable for someone like me, let alone somebody in a wheelchair. I mean, potholes, obviously, I know there's people out there fixing, but that money could be spent right now on something immediate. Youth programs. I mean, take, for example, people are applying for the neighborhood improvement programs. Even if you took $40,000 and gave them to organizations in the neighborhoods, because the neighborhood organizations, they'll take that $1,000 and they'll use it for so much. But we just throw hundreds and $20,000 and $200,000 all over the place. But people in the neighborhoods have to fight for $1,000 for a war memorial, to update a park. I mean, where are the youth programs? Why are those not the things we really want right now? So, as much as I understand that we have to look towards the future, we have to update things, we have to have a plan. I mean, we really need to feel something on the streets right now. And that money, that's $100,000 of taxpayer money that no one's even giving a second thought. Jim and Carmela have, but the majority has not. And that's just because, frankly, a lot of times, you just say yes to whatever gets put in front of you. So I really would like it if for a minute you really take a look at everybody out here, because that's where the money should go to. Because if you want to ask everybody out here right now what the top 5 things they would do with $100,000, rezoning, studying rezoning is just not it. So please consider. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak on anything on the agenda? Yes.
Jerry Ford, resident at 313 2nd Street. I just wanted to speak on briefly to see where we are in the discussion in regards to body cameras for the officers. With the light that has been brought to the situation that just transpired in Albany, I think that it is very important for the council to do everything in its power to get cameras for our officers here in Troy. Far too long, individuals have been arrested, charged, sent to prison. All of those things happen on the word of an officer. And we just saw with our own eyes what happened right across the river. Not only were the charges dropped, but the officer was charged. Amen. So I feel like it is time for us to push this. With everything we got, we need to get that going as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. And Jerry, we'll get you an update. You know, we worked very hard to get the funding for that, but we'll get you an update. They're working on policy, so we're being told it's being worked on very vigorously. So, okay.
As soon as possible.
Absolutely. Yep. Would anyone else like to speak on anything? Thank you.
Hi, it's Jason Harlow at 61 Pinewoods in the east side. I had a couple of questions I'm just going to ask Andy afterwards.
Okay.
But some other minor things that I wanted to ask y'all. In Ordinance 22, we're looking to settle 8 workers' comp issues that came up over the last 20 years. So it seems like we settle a lot of cases, but I looked that up, and apparently around 97% of cases involved with municipalities are settled. So I'm just going to leave that because that happens. But what I'm more concerned about with this is that 8 separate workers' comp issues came up over the last 20 years, the 30 years of this person's service in the city. It might be indicative of a systemic problem that either this person is doing something dangerous. I don't know. I don't. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see it in there, like what this person's job was or what department they worked under. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is a systemic thing where they just do dangerous work, or maybe there's a managerial problem that, like, I don't know how one person could sustain 8 different, like, just going to do the same thing. So I was wondering if that's gonna be looked into at all?
You know, we talked about that in finance, and I'll have Jim touch upon it during the meeting.
So sort of related to that Andy probably knows, in the next one, the ordinance 20, it looks like funds, $110,000 are being moved from, appropriated from somewhere, appropriated fund balance, and put into the workers' comp that already has $400,000 in. So the fact that it came after this workers' comp issue makes me feel like it's related. I don't know if it's not, but if we already have 400,000 in there, why are we moving an extra 110 in? Isn't it there to be used? Like, can't that 110 be used somewhere else? This one is not a big deal, but it's kind of amusing to me in ordinance 21. There was a document that was sort of rewritten regarding meals that city employees. So I was just curious, based on the edits that were done to that document, is there a regulation for city documents that you have to use 10-point font? Because that's all of the edits were 10-point font changes, and I respect that. Like, I love the dedication to that. But given the I sort of felt like 10 may be a little small for elderly folks who are working in the city, and 10-point that may be seen as a bit ageist. So maybe go for a 12-point font. Also seemed weird to me that they'd only give $10 for breakfast. That's like specialty coffee at the Starbucks and stuff, right? That doesn't seem like enough. And also, like, there's these forms afterwards. Like, isn't there an app or some online service that you can do to make these claims? This seems silly that in this day and age there should be a form that you have to fill out and spend our taxes on your salary filling the form out. Like, just go online or get an app and do it faster, better.
You'd be shocked.
Right?
You'd be shocked at the state level, how many forms.
So that, I think that was it. The other things I'm going to talk to Andy afterwards. But I would like to welcome Ms. Garrett to the council.
Thank you. Hi there.
Yeah, hi, John Flanders, 280 10th Street, Troy. I came tonight because I understood the sanctuary question was going to be discussed. I see it's a tabled motion and not on the agenda. I guess what I would like is a update from the council on where this is at. I think this, as a supporter of the resolution, I think this should be a slam dunk for any city that wants to have some kind of a future and not alienate a whole population of people. So I would really like to hear an update from you guys as to where this is at and when we can go forward with this. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak on anything on this evening's agenda? Hi, Frank.
All right, you know I'm going to come.
That's good.
I'm very active in the North Central area. I'm very excited about the opportunity that I see forthcoming. We got a vision. We believe that things are happening. We're excited about the other day there. We had success with having Nick Laviano come and speak. A lot of people showed up. Thanks to all of them. However, right after that, this came in the mail to property owners. All right, this came in the mail to property owners. This is from the city of Troy, telling them about warning them that if the garbage and stuff is not picked up, how are they going to find them and which way they're going to find them. It's going to cost them $300 for you put this bag here, or $200 for this, and they have a description of how they're going to find you. And I guess they're going to hold property owners responsible. My family's a property owner myself. In fact, we own multiple properties, and so I've been on 9th Street for plus 50 years and better. And again, I'm very active there, and I know a lot of the senior people there in that neighborhood, Hillside North, that are property owners much longer than I have been. And they know that I'm active, and they came screaming at me with this paper going, hey, all right, they're going to hold us accountable. Who's going to hold them accountable? All right, because, and mind you, the people that do own properties, hey, it went up, this garbage thing done went up again. Okay, so we're saying, hey, Listen, it's going up, but the service is not getting any better. There's no improvement in the services, all right? And you're sending us these things, telling us where you're gonna come with the bills, how you're gonna collect on everything, but we just wanna know, like, all right, who's gonna hold you accountable? All right, because we've been seeing it for too long. You're just passing through, you ain't really, right? You're coming through with the garbage sweeper, but you're just kind of pushing it to the side, and it is right there on the curtain, and it's not. So we just like, all right, is the service gonna be upgraded? Because it's going up, it went up already. So we just like to know, who's gonna hold, code or whoever, accountable. Is this gonna just be for the front yards? Are you gonna go in the backyards? Because they'll just take it and throw it to the back. So we're really concerned about that, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Pryor. First of all, I want to say, Deborah, congratulations. Well deserved. Thank you. I'm a longtime resident of Detroit. Born and raised on 9th Street. Been there 50 years. Not too far from Mr. Maven. Don't let nobody know. But anyway, I'm just here to tell you about the things that we've done in the city of Troy. I've been an organizer in the city of Troy since I was 17. The stuff that we do now, we just make it possible for everybody to come together. I said this last year. I said this the year before. What we do is we're supposed to collaborate. Everybody, not just Brother Ford, not just the mayor, but the whole council. We're supposed to get out and we're supposed to support everybody. Only way this is going to happen, only way we're going to save the children, only way we're going to make the neighborhoods better is we all get together. I know when we vote for you guys or for the mayor, we have to hold you accountable. We've done a bad job. The people that voted for you guys don't come out to the meetings and hold you accountable, voice their opinions. So we have to do better. That's why I think Deborah's there, where she can bring that information and we can go forward. But what I want to say to you guys, in my anti-bullying program, we must have funneled about 200 kids through our program since last year to this year. From Carrick, where's Carrick with that? He's live up by, going towards Grafton. What's the school up there? Tamarack. We have kids coming from Tamarack. This is a proven point. This program works. We teach them about bullying. We have 2 ex-pro boxers that teach our kids how to box for defense. It's unlike any other program. It's free. It's unlike any other program. So I just got a text from the kid mother from Tamarack. This kid is in the 6th grade, this tall, get bullied every day. His mother sent me a text saying, Carrick stuck up for herself today because we told him at the program. We're not citing violence, but I tell you, and you all know, you tell your children this, somebody put their hands on you, you have the right to defend yourself. So this is what we tell them. When you see something, you have to speak up. You can't allow our children to commit suicide over being bullied, and when we're there seeing it and we're videotaping it. That's a no-go. This job I do is not my job I get paid for.
Right.
It's not the job I get paid for, but I carry this in my mind every single day when people send me texts, oh, you gotta look at this. A girl down in Michigan committed suicide, 8 years old. 8 years old, hanging herself. Where do these kids find this out? How do these kids know about hanging themselves at 8 years old? It's so bad because we're not doing the job we need to do. No matter if you're African American or Caucasian. John Stoney, an ex-cop in my neighborhood on 9th Street where he was walking the beat, he would always discipline you. He didn't care. He always said, you're my children as well. Best friends with my father. This is what we have to do. We can't be afraid of these children. We can't be afraid of them because if we're going to be afraid of them, we're not going to get any place. All right. So all I say is we have to collaborate. We have to collaborate. Whenever you guys have a meeting, we'll try to be here. But whenever we have something going on, you know what? Carmel, you did it before. You popped in. That's all I want. Mr. Gully, you popped in. You hit me on Facebook. Great job. What's going on next? We do movie night. All we do is ask for support. The mayor and the deputy mayor has been supporting us. Whatever you need, they gave it to us. But you know, we haven't had any shootings in the summer last year in our neighborhood while we did our program. Our basketball program, we have 100 kids in our program. Just let you know. It's so successful, but we all got to come together and do it together. All right, so thank you.
Kevin. Very nice, Kevin. Would anyone else like to speak on anything on the agenda?
Good evening. My name is Linda McKinnon, and I live at 1 Mechanic Street. First of all, thank you. Margaret says thank you. First of all, I want to echo a few things that a few individuals here has said. The lady was talking about funding for money and that how the city of Troy was getting all these thousands of dollars and everything like that. And the young man also talked about there was wastefulness as far as the zoning is concerned. My problem is this. It's okay for us to get all that money and to beautify downtown Troy and Lansingburg and all that, but we're missing the point. Why are we not using our youth? Every year, girls end up more pregnant, more of our black youth are more in jail. My point is, instead of wasteful money, how about we use our community leaders to train these young men, to train these young women to be carpenters, to be electricians, to build out to the streets. Instead of paying thousands of dollars for a contractor to come in and do our sidewalks, get these young kids to have more pride in their neighborhood. If they have pride in their neighborhood and they fix their sidewalks and they fix their lights and they paint their parks, guess what? Then they will say, this is my neighborhood. You can't come in my neighborhood and destroy it. This is where I live. This is where I gotta play basketball. This is where I gotta play baseball. This is where my home is. So before we take and just pay people or just fondle money wherever we want, let's think about our youths. Because every year, year by year, we already closed down the pools twice. We ain't got it open yet. Okay? We're paying thousands of dollars. Again, get the youths to go over there and go fix it. They kids, let them go over there and paint. Let them go over there and learn how to do some masonry work and do some fencing. That's what our young people need to do. If we don't invest in our young people, then 5 years, 10 years down the line, the cycle starts all over again. So instead of us just laundering money and trying to figure out what to do, again, our leaders are sitting right here. Reach out to them. They know who our young people are. They know who needs jobs for this summer. Get these youth working in their community. Allow them to have pride where they live.
Would anyone else like to address the council on anything on this evening's agenda? All right, we're going to close the public forum portion, and we're going to go right into local laws. None. Everyone also received their vacancy list. Ordinance 84. Ordinance 84.
Ordinance 84 from 2018. Ordinance amending the Troy City Code to add a Chapter 30 entitled Application Processing Restriction Law of the City of Troy, New York. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration. This ordinance was passed 7 ayes, 0 noes at the regular meeting on September 6, 2018. And it requires a technical amendment.
Okay, and Maura, the technical amendment, if you could read that, please.
Yeah, the ordinance assigned Chapter 30, which just is in the wrong section of the code. It ended up in the administrative section instead of the general section. And so the recommendation is to change Chapter 30 to Chapter 126 throughout the resolution.
Perfect, thank you.
Or the ordinance, excuse
Yep,
me.
no problem, Mara, very nice job. Do I have a motion? Motion, Councilmember Cummings, do I have a second? Second. Second, the first second, I want everyone to know. All right. And I have to get used to saying Councilmember Garrett, okay? So we have a second, Councilmember Garrett, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance 84 from 2018 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 16.
Ordinance declaring certain city-owned property as surplus and directing the comptroller to dispose of said property. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 16 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 17.
Ordinance amending the 2018 general fund budget to allocate remaining funds from the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Violence Against Women to the Troy Police Department. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Garrett. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Parator. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 17 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 18.
Ordinance approving settlement of tax certiorari proceedings instituted by David Kersner on the assessment roll of the City of Troy. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember December. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 18 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 19.
Ordinance transferring funds within the 2019 general fund budget. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Garrett. Just for folks out there, this is a transfer of $700. Looks like we're purchasing some new equipment on the golf course. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 19 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 22.
Ordinance authorizing the settlement of 8 workers' compensation claims, to wit, Antonio Velasquez versus City of Troy, New York. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Councilmember Garrett. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember December. I'm going to ask Mr. Caruso, just so folks are aware, this is the ordinance of the workers' comp claims. We talked about this in finance, but just for folks out there, if you could just go through it, Mr. Caruso.
Yes, Mr. Velasquez is an employee of the City of Troy. During the course of his employment, he did have 8 workers' compensation claims, 7 of which were proven. To address the gentleman who asked a question before, this is an excellent settlement on behalf of the City of Troy. If Mr. Velasquez, is he accident prone? I don't know, but you can't fire somebody because they're on workers' comp. So if we had done that because he's accident prone, we would have had a civil lawsuit and it would have cost the City of Troy lots of money, and then of course City Council wouldn't be happy. This was brought to me by the attorneys for Benetech, our workers' compensation administrator. What they said to me was, had we gone to a full-blown hearing, they were concerned that the hearing the workers' comp officer, judge, would have come back with a large award against the City of Troy. The mayor and I discussed this, and we gave the attorney some parameters for settlement. We stuck to our guns. He came back and he said that the attorney for Mr. Velasquez had agreed to 120, which we knew was an extremely good settlement, seeing how we thought that this case should have settled for quite a bit more. And had it gone to a full-blown hearing, we were concerned that there was a possibility, distinct, that the workers' comp judge could have awarded up to and including $250,000. So this was a business decision, as these settlement cases all are, for the City of Troy, and this is a good deal for the city, and it resolves 7 full claims brought by this former employer, brought by the employer who is now a former employer.
Yeah, he's retired now, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good.
Chair.
Yes, Councilmember Gully.
Jim, you said 7 claims on the paperwork, it says 8.
There were
Well,
8, but 7
seven.
were
Right.
established,
Right.
and you
We're
know.
paying the 8.
What's the 8?
This one,
Is it,
the one we're
oh, so
settling.
this is just for the 8?
Oh no, this settles all of those
All
claims.
of them, but.
This is
Let
there
him
were.
answer, please.
He told you.
No, I didn't tell her, I just want to get a direct
Okay,
answer.
there were 8 claims, 7 of which were proven or established.
Yep.
And then the question would have been, what would the award have been to this gentleman? So by resolving this case, resolving these cases, maybe I misled you before. We're resolving 7 cases in one fell swoop.
So what I'm going to ask you is, what about the 8th?
The 8th is
that
dead.
included?
Yeah, that's concluded.
So you're including all 8 in this settlement?
It is, yes.
Okay, so it's more than just the 7, it's all 8.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, Councilmember Garrett.
Oh, your first
and-
question to me. Great.
I want to know what kind of work he was doing that he was getting only workers' comp.
That's a real good question. He worked for Public Works. Exactly what he was doing, I'm not sure. When I first heard about this, I went, what? 8 claims? I mean, it was an unusual situation. I'll be honest with you, I don't have any explanation for it.
Can we get that answer, please?
Can we get that answer?
Yeah, I want to know.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Thank
As long as we don't violate HIPAA. As long as we don't
I
violate
mean, his
Oh.
name is public, I would think his job description.
The job description is not a HIPAA violation.
I will,
No, but I'm talking about the injuries or whatever.
I don't care about the injury, I just want to know what kind of work he did.
what kind of work he
Yeah,
did?
like-
Just his title
Yeah.
would be,
He was a laborer of some sort,
Okay.
all right? But I tell you what, I'll give you my card and you can call me tomorrow morning and I'll get you that answer.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
thank you, Jim
Okay.
Caruso.
You're welcome.
All right, further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 22 passes, 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 20.
Ordinance amending the 2019 general fund budget to appropriate funds from the Workers' Compensation Reserve. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings. Discussion? Andy, regarding the 400 that's in there, transferring 110, just to clarify that, do you mind?
Based off the historical trend, that 400 is going to be needed for current year costs. It's a one-time expense to settle this. It's a one-time revenue by using the reserve, so we're just matching one-time expenses with one-time revenues.
Okay. Further discussion, questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 20.
I'm sorry, did you have a question?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Ordinance 20 passes, 7 ayes, 0 noes.
All right, ordinance 21.
Ordinance amending the City of Troy, New York travel policy. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings. Discussion? I guess request was in to just increase the fund from 10 to 12. But I do want to give kudos, our auditor, Jeff, worked with the administration on this travel policy and put a lot of time into it, so I want to give him a pat on the back. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 21 passes, 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Great. Ordinance 24? No, we'll do them after. Ordinance 24.
Ordinance declaring certain city-owned property as surplus and directing the comptroller to dispose of said property. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Councilmember Kennedy. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings. Discussion? Just for folks out there, this is some surplus fire equipment. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance
Anybody
20
wants a fire truck?
Ordinance 24 passes, 7 ayes, 0 noes.
Ordinance 26.
Ordinance authorizing and ratifying the employment memorandum of agreement by and between the City of Troy, New York and the City of Troy Command Officers Association, COATS, and UPSU. Council President Mantello and at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember December. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance 26 passes, 7 ayes, 0 noes.
All right, we are now going to go to the ordinances that were tabled. Ordinance 23.
Ordinance amending the Special Grants Fund budget. Councilmember Cummings at the request of the administration.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Councilmember Parator. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cummings.